urgent. The future of the Commanders is hanging by a thread. An angry all-pro receiver could revolutionize our offense, but at what cost? Meanwhile, our defense is falling apart. The cornerback who was supposed to save us is missing in action. Will we sink in the playoffs? And just when we thought it couldn't get worse, boom! Our brain in the office has 1 foot out the door. Is this the beginning of the end? The truth will leave you cold. Don't blink or you'll miss it. Like, subscribe, and get ready. This ticking time bomb is about to explode and change the Commanders forever. Will we survive or sink into oblivion? The answer will terrify you. Tyreek Hill, yes, that Tyreek Hill, the all-pro receiver, is furious with the Dolphins. And when I say furious, I mean he's steaming from the ears. Can you believe it? The man exploded after Week 18, saying he has no future in Miami and needs a new challenge. Now, I ask you, wouldn't Hill be exactly what the Commanders need to take Jaden Daniels to the next level? Think about it. We have a rookie quarterback who's already in the Pro Bowl, for crying out loud. The kid is a phenomenon, and he's proven it time and time again this season. He dragged us to the playoffs with sheer determination and coolness. But what if we give Daniels a weapon like Hill? We're talking about one of the most dynamic receivers in the league, folks. A guy who can change the course of a game in the blink of an eye. Now, I think Adam Peters, our general manager, has to be aware of this situation. We have around $100 million in cap space and 7 draft picks. The options are there. We could go for a rookie like Luther Burden III in the draft, or look for a proven veteran like T. Higgins, Chris Godwin, or Stephon Diggs in free agency. But Hill would be a bold move that could change the game completely. Imagine Hill alongside Terry McLaurin. Wouldn't that be one of the best receiver duos in the entire NFL? I'm telling you this, Hill would fit perfectly in Cliff Kingsbury's system. His explosiveness and ability to impact all 3 levels of the field would offer something completely different from what we already have. But watch out, it's not all rosy. Getting Hill would cost draft capital, probably a 2nd-round pick and then some. And here's where I ask you, is it worth the risk? Will Hill fit into our team culture? Will he be a long-term asset or just a temporary fix? I think Peters has to do his own work. He has to assess if Hill is the missing piece to take us to the next level or if it's better to bet on other options. But one thing is for sure, the mere possibility of having Hill on our team is exciting. And now, Commanders fans, I leave you with this question. If you had the chance to bring Tyreek Hill to Washington, would you do it? Do you think he would be the missing piece to turn the Commanders into true title contenders? Marshon Lattimore, that cornerback we acquired mid-season, could be the key to our playoff future. And you know what? He's barely played. Yes, you heard that right. The guy we traded for on October 31st has spent more time on the bench than on the field. But now, right now, we need him more than ever. Why? Well, let me refresh your memory. We're facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this Sunday in the opening round of the NFC playoffs. And yes, we have Jaden Daniels, our star quarterback, who always gives us a chance to win. But what about our defense? There's the problem. I'm telling you this, our defense can't stop a good quarterback even if their life depended on it. Do you remember the first game of the season? Baker Mayfield threw 4 touchdowns against us. 4! They thrashed us 37-20. And although that seems like ages ago, the problem remains. Now, I think Lattimore could be the solution. But there's a big if in this equation. If he's healthy. The guy has only played a game and a half since he arrived. We knew he needed to rest that hamstring injury, but come on, we brought him for the January games, not to watch from the bench. Dan Quinn says Lattimore is improving, but what does that really mean? The guy couldn't even finish his 2nd game. They've been resting him the last 2 weeks hoping he'll be ready for the playoffs. But, let's be honest, no one knows if he'll play before next season. And now I ask you, what do we do if Lattimore can't play? Because I'll tell you something, Benjamin St. Just and Michael Davis have been a disaster. Don't expect to see them in a Commanders uniform next season. St. Just was completely overwhelmed in the first matchup against Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin and Mike Evans ate him alive. But Lattimore is another story. The guy has experience facing Evans from his days in New Orleans. And when he briefly played for us, you know what? They didn't even target him in the game against the Saints. That's respect, folks. Without Lattimore, our receivers will run free like they're in a field of flowers. Our linebackers have done a good job protecting the middle of the field, but without a solid secondary, we're going to get destroyed on long passes. So here we are, on the edge of continuing our incredible comeback season or watching everything fall apart. We need a hero, and that hero could be Lattimore. But the big question is, will he be ready to play? And now, Commanders fans, I leave you with this. Do you think Lattimore will make the difference in this game? If he can't play, do we have any chance against the Buccaneers? Or do you think Daniels will be able to carry us through despite our defense? Lance Newmark, our go-to guy in the office, could be on other teams' radar. Yes, you heard that right. Adam Peters' right-hand man, the guy who has been instrumental in our incredible transformation, could be packing his bag soon. Now, I ask you, how the heck did we get here? Well, it all comes down to Ben Johnson, the Lions' offensive coordinator. Remember him? He's that offensive genius who's been turning down head coaching offers like they're incomplete passes. But this time, he might finally take the leap. And here's where things get interesting. Johnson and Newmark have a history together in Detroit. They worked side by side for years. And if Johnson finally accepts a head coaching job, say, in Jacksonville, guess who he might want to bring with him? Exactly, our dear Newmark. I think this is a testament to how well we're doing. When you're successful, everyone wants a piece of the pie. And Newmark, with his 26 seasons of experience in Detroit and his key role in our resurgence, is a very tempting bite. But, let's be honest, losing Newmark would be a tough blow. The guy is a respected talent evaluator and has been crucial behind the scenes. Adam Peters brought him in to be his number 2, and the results speak for themselves. Our transformation has been nothing short of spectacular. Now, I'm telling you this, Peters needs to have a plan B, C, and even Z. Because if we lose Newmark, we can't afford to lose momentum. We're in a fantastic long-term position with a professional and determined team in the office. We can't let this derail us. But here's the crux of the matter. We can't do much if Newmark decides to leave. There are only 32 general manager positions in the NFL. It's a prestigious honor, and if he's offered one, it would be hard to blame him for accepting it. And now I ask you, do you think Newmark will leave if he gets the right offer? Or do you think what we're building here is exciting enough to keep him with us? What impact do you think his departure would have on our team? Commanders fans, this is a situation we need to keep a close eye on. Because even though we're in the playoffs and things seem to be going smoothly, success in the NFL is fragile. A change in the front office could have huge repercussions. So keep your eyes open and your ears alert. Because this office drama could be as exciting as any game on the field. And remember, no matter what happens, we're still the Commanders. We've overcome worse situations. What do you think? Attention, Commanders fans! It's time for us to make our voices heard and analyze these new stories that are shaking up our team. First, let's talk about Tyreek Hill. Would he really be the missing piece to make us title contenders? Imagine that speed in our offense. What do you think? Moving on to our defense, Lattimore's situation is crucial. If he can't play against the Buccaneers, do you think we have any chance? Or do you trust that Sam Howell and our offense can make up for that loss? And finally, Newmark's future in the organization. Do you think he'll stay with us or leave if he gets a tempting offer? How important do you think his presence is for the future of the Commanders? Now, it's your turn to participate. Don't stay silent. We want to hear your opinions. Leave your comments below and share your thoughts. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all Commanders news. We're more than a team, we're a family, and each one of you is a fundamental part of this community. Don't forget to activate notifications so you don't miss any videos. And remember, your support is what keeps this channel alive. So share this video with other Commanders fans and help us grow our family. And remember, hail to the Redskins!